Is that Zoe on the podium?
Is she here to speak for the soldiers? That seems fitting. She's got medals after all. But I don't see Jesse or Aaron anywhere. Didn't they come?
Everyone please, quiet down. Zoe, of Nemesis Squad, a representative of the veterans, will now deliver the Remembrance Day speech.
Hello, everyone. I'm honored to stand here and speak on behalf of all of the soldiers of the Defense Force. Today, we gather to commemorate Remembrance Day, a day born from the tragedy of the old capital's fall. Many of us lost relatives or friends in the disaster, and I am no exception. Every member of my squad perished in that battle, leaving me as the only survivor. Losing the friends you cherish to the hollow is a pain that never fades. It's a sorrow that will stay with us, now and forever. However, to the families of the fallen soldiers, hold your heads high with pride for your loved ones who gave their lives. They fought to the very last moment when the old capital fell. Death isn't the end, nor dishonor. It is their eternal medal. They gave their lives facing an unstoppable disaster, exchanging their sacrifice for the world we have today. In doing so, they fulfilled their duties as soldiers to perfection. Without the blood they spilled, Eridu would not have endured, and new Eridu would never have risen from the ashes. In honor of the wishes of the departed, look ahead, people of New Eridu. Our thoughts and remembrance of those who passed will be carried in every flicker of candlelight and in every bouquet of flowers. My speech was meant to end here, but since you all seem quite engaged, please allow me to share a little more. The reason you all agree with what I've said is because it offers a way to step away from the pain. That's what the living do. They seek ways to ease the weight of others' deaths so they can find a way to start over. This is the new Eridu of today. A huge disaster consumed the old capital, and the people who survived it keep saying things like, treasure the moment and start fresh to numb themselves, hoping to forget the nightmare. No one talks about the soldiers who gave their lives in Hollow Zero. No one asks why they had to die. The brave gave their lives battling the ethereal onslaught, while the weak survived. This is New Eridu, built by weaklings. Its order founded upon their way of thinking. Your applause makes me realize you all accept this logic. Each of you had loved ones who sacrificed their lives in the fall of the old capital. And now, you're thankful that someone has encouraged you to move on from them. What meaning does the sacrifice of those who died have if you all choose to forget? Have you never thought about why your own loved ones had to die? And why no one is responsible for their deaths?
Miss Zoe, there's not much time left for your,
Open your eyes! I'm speaking to those who have lost loved ones! If death is the medal for the fallen, then pain is the cross the living must bear. If you fear its weight and run from the suffering, the soldiers will never find peace in their eternal rest. To tear the wound open once again, so you'll never forget the searing pain! That's the real meaning of Remembrance Day!
I don't agree.
Charon, I didn't expect you to be here for Remembrance Day. How are things going with your search? Seems like you have something to say.
Among the people standing here, there's a woman who raised her daughter with the survivor benefits left by her husband. Another who's been able to carry on with her life thanks to the final efforts of her child. And yet another who's found purpose because of the influence of his late sister. The will of the deceased lives on in every person here. The soldiers who died during the fall of the old capital fought for this. The future that their loved ones are making for themselves now. The old me might have agreed with what you said, but someone taught me that pain and hardship can lead to hope. They helped me see that hope could be inherited, not just destroyed when life fades. That's why I believe the departed didn't leave us wounded or with a heavy cross to bear, but with a melody. Each of us holds a harmonica that plays the melody of life. At first, it may sound awkward, but it will eventually flow smoothly, taking on our own style, until it merges with our soul.
You seem quite certain about what you're saying. Tell me then, what kind of melody is left behind by those we've lost?
I'm not sure. I can't picture the exact melody, but I trust the answer I've chosen. And I trust everything I've seen and heard.
A vague and insubstantial answer, isn't it? I was right about you, Charon. From the moment we met, I knew we'd never really understand each other.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Everyone, I apologize for taking up your time. My speech ends here. Please feel free to continue with your visit.
What do you think, Proxy?
Something was definitely off about her just now. And the things she said, I'm starting to get a really bad feeling about this.
You mean about her real identity, right? Looks like we're on the same page. Shielded by her identity as a decorated soldier, she seemed pretty confident that we wouldn't confront her directly on military ground like at the outpost. She arrived so brazenly and left without a care. If I'm right about this, she'll be trying to contact us again in no time.
Looks like you're a little busy, so I'll keep it short. The client just sent me a location via Knock Knock, along with a picture of several unconscious, tied-up individuals. I'll send you the location shortly. It should be an entrance to the Hollow in Port Elpis. At this stage, I don't have any further requests. My only hope is that you'll proceed with caution.
A location with a picture of the hostages. Looks like Grim Vulture is losing patience and wants to put an end to all this.
Charon, what's your plan? With everything that's happened, no matter what you choose, I'll stay by your side till the very end.
I've made up my mind. Proxy, please accept my official commission. Help me venture into the depths of the Hollow to rescue the client and any other hostages. It's time to put an end to this. It's up to me to stop Grim Vulture. Stop her from crushing everything in front of her with that heavy cross. Awaiting further instruction.
I have two.
Head-made Rena. My loyal. Number 0. Ooh. Officer 140. Let's.
I'm.
Rikaku Yanagi. Awaiting orders.
Ready and waiting.
You want to test my hand? Huh? Is the concept standing by? Charon, look! Another communicator.
Another communicator. It's a bad habit for a sniper to be so talkative.
Oh, really? I think it's rather good for my mental health to witness in real time how my target becomes desperate and gives up their struggle.
Do you really still need to disguise your voice? I thought you didn't want to hide anymore, Zoe.
You're right. Seems there's no need for secrecy anymore. I, Zoe, the sniper known as Grim Vulture of Nemesis Squad, send you my regards.
Zoe. No. Grim Vulture. You, like me, were one of the advanced troops deployed to suppress Hollow Zero right after the fall of the old capital, right? Noct, Cartes, and Impera Squad. So far, all the victims have been members of these squads. They were initially supposed to enter the Hollow to reinforce the advanced troops. Nemesis, your squad lacking reinforcements, lost everyone except you in the fall of the old capital. You blamed their deaths on the absence of reinforcements and sought revenge on them. That's my conclusion. Just like me, the fall of the old capital left you entirely alone.
A sniper, the sole survivor, a mere pawn abandoned by the military. Don't you think we're very much alike? The Impera squad member, Nathan, the one you're searching for, he pleaded with me to let him go when I was about to kill him, saying he had to see you no matter what. That's how you caught my attention. I let him live to get all sorts of information on you. I was so curious about you that I even set a trap, disguising myself as a victim to get closer to you. It turned out we share the same story. We even got the same PTSD symptoms. After all these years, we still see images of our teammates before they die. It's impossible to erase them from our minds. It's just, you use ridiculous fantasies to numb yourself, chasing after illusions of your squad mates, while I can't afford to be as naive as you. One night, when I was overwhelmed with the unbearable images of my comrades' deaths, vomiting and crying, I finally realized the meaning behind their appearance before me. They were pleading with me, pleading for vengeance against those who abandoned us, begging me to destroy the repulsive, hypocritical new order of New Eridu. So, I carried on their will. I began kidnapping targets and sniping them in the Hollow, watching as they became corrupted and died in despair.
You really think this is what they'd want?
What else? Would they want me to be like you, playing at a game of finding my missing squad mates, accepting their deaths when I'm done playing, and then forgiving the very enemy who killed them? What a noble and virtuous gesture. Forgive on behalf of fallen comrades, coexist with New Eridu's order, and live peacefully among cowards. It's precisely because you and I are so similar that this hypocritical and cruel attitude makes it even harder for me to forgive you. After our first conversation, I was certain I must end your life myself to prove I'm right.
That's exactly what I wanted to say to you, too. Because we've suffered the same hardships, I can't accept the path of destruction you've chosen. Jesse, Aaron, Nathan, the client I've been searching for. and any other targets of revenge you've set your sights on. They all feel regret and struggle over the choices they made back then. But you can't see any of that. You didn't target the higher-ups who misjudged the situation, the dangerous ethereals who killed your comrades, or the ones responsible for the fall of the old capital. Instead, you went after the easiest targets. Grim Vulture, as a sniper of the Eridu Defense Force, you have failed in your duty. To preserve the will and hope left by my comrades, I'm going to put an end to your actions right here!
That suits me just fine. A sniper should let the gun do the talking. Make it to the deepest part of the hollow alive, and I'll meet you with nothing but raw malice. Since you made it here, let me reward you with a few things you don't know. Noct, Cartus, Impura, and many other squads. Did you know the reinforcements that were meant to back us up ended up deciding to retreat?
Thank you.
Relying on a show of hands to vote, isn't that ridiculous? Our lives were scarred in such an absurd way, like a kindergarten election for class monitor. So, when I killed them, I employed the same method.
Jesse and Aaron, do you have them too? Or are they already?
You still care about them? Or should I say... It looks like I haven't made enough of a threat to your life if you still have the time to worry about them.
Ether vision activate. A sound strategy. Support in position.
Why not leave their fate hanging as an unsolved mystery? Normally that's more suspenseful, right? In any case, when you stumble into the underworld with your insight spilling out, you'll see the two.
The wind and rain are picking up.
This extreme weather is perfect for sending you to your grave, don't you think? No one will hear your screams and cries as you die. By the time the rain stops, they left looking for cold.
Fire support ready.
I wonder, do you remember the weather on the day the old capital fell? It wasn't heavy rain like now, but the sky was just dark.
Roger.
Both your teammates and mine, they all perished in a place like this. Now that I think about it, I guess I'm actually doing something good. Because if I let you and your teammates die here, maybe you'll be reunited. Aww. You should be grateful. I'll make sure you die just as painfully as your teammates did.
Grim Vulture, are you in pain?
Don't you get it? I'm the one in charge of this conversation. I haven't given you permission to ask questions.
I can sense your suffering. It's... wind speed and direction.
Shut it!
sword in position. Show no mercy.
But really foolish is the only way to put it. What sniper would ever confront their enemy head on?
Adjusting for wind.
I've prepared a little day for you.
But ready. Can we check?
I hate you're a superior race in corrupting a high-ranking officer. It wasn't easy luring it here. You can play with it for a while. As for me, I'll watch you from above, then I'll put a bullet right through your heart.
Recalibrating. Surrender position. I'll pierce right through. Show no mercy. Such provocations don't go unanswered. Flip a switch. Don't hesitate. The victory is clear. You're in my sights. I won't back down. I'll pierce right through. The melody of combat. This bullet will reach its mark. Adjusting for wind. Show no mercy. Time to pin them down. Waste of time. Recalibrating. Increase firepower.
The real failure as a sniper is the one who's been forced into a corner, like you!
The wind. It's shifting.
I won't fall for your distractions so easily. What?
I will surpass you with my own melody of victory. And let the wind be the opening notes.
Charon? No! Wake up! Charon! What's this?
Just you? Where's your friend, the proxy?
The proxy went to rescue the hostages. I want to speak with you alone. A sniper should always monitor the changes to their surroundings, factoring the environment into their tactics. Being blinded by the intent to kill and failing to take this into account was your downfall.
Didn't expect to be lectured by a youngster. What a disgrace. When my view was blocked, I realized you'd used the visual blind spot to reposition. So I adjusted my aim accordingly. But I still couldn't hit you.
Your prediction and accuracy were spot on. I was just saved once again by this. By both this harmonica, and by my former comrades.
Are you trying to say that this is destiny? that it's the will of my companions guarding me. I lost to the wave of ethereals, to the military's betrayal. And now I lose to your reckless actions, driven by some ridiculous fantasy. Your fantasy, your attitude, your very existence, and the outcome of this battle. They are the greatest denial and insult to my revenge.
Yet you're emitting a much calmer ether energy now. Almost as if you found relief.
My vision is fading. I can't see my comrades on the brink of death anymore. My wounds are fatal. I don't feel any pain. Relief. It's not such a bad thing.
Did you intend for me to kill you from the start?
Let me answer that question with a story. The first time I saw you was actually during the fall of the old capital. My comrades were all dead, and the reinforcements the higher-ups promised before the mission never came. I can't even remember how long the fight went on. Ultimately, I had no choice but to retreat, failing to bring back my squad mates' bodies. I made my way through one battle line after another. The advanced troops were nearly wiped out. But when I reached a certain front, a small squad of survivors called out to me. Few people can still stand after such severe corruption and injury, but all 5 of them were still fighting. They were protecting a girl who had lost her sight and fallen unconscious while searching for a way out of the hollow. They told me they were beyond saving, and if I planned to retreat, I must take the girl with me. I couldn't turn down the last request of a group of heroic soldiers about to die in battle. Your comrades entrusted your life to me. I was the one who brought you out of the hollow. You already know what happened afterward. It didn't take long for you to leave the Defense Force after you came to. Just like me. I developed PTSD so intense that sometimes I couldn't even hold a normal conversation. But for me, the hardest blow was the death of my squad. To an orphan like me, they were family. If the reinforcements had kept their word and provided support, they wouldn't have died for nothing. Don't you ever have that thought?
To say I don't would be a lie. But I think deep down you know. From the moment we stepped into the hollow, there was no way we were getting saved. Given how quickly the hollow was spreading, and the ever-increasing number of ethereals, it would take the sacrifice of countless Defense Force troops to suppress it. It wasn't something that could have been accomplished in such a short time. The reinforcements would have only been a drop in the bucket. More sacrifices without results. Canceling the reinforcements, sending the advanced troops to rescue as many civilians as possible to minimize casualties. I think most commanders would have made the same decision.
Objective and cold logic. I understand it, of course. But when you see members of the reinforcements living happy lives years later, can you still keep your composure? I couldn't. Even if the chance was minuscule, I wanted my squad mates to survive. But they turned that chance to 0, and still have the nerve to embrace a peaceful future. I can't help but resent them. By the time I realized what I'd done, I had already taken several lives. Nathan. When I tied him up and was about to kill him, he begged me to spare him, saying he had something to give you, no matter what. That was when you re-entered my line of sight. I think I've said this before. We're very similar. Yet we have completely opposite beliefs. After meeting you, I became even more certain. In the face of suffering, I chose destruction, while you were destined to choose to protect. You're still entangled in your obsession with your squad mates. If this continues, you'll eventually sink into a void of despair. Your hope is like a bubble, ready to burst at any moment. The version of you I want to kill is the complete one, who can firmly reject my answer. If you haven't found your answer yet, then I'll be the one to push you forward. I kill you, or you end me. Either way works. But after seeing your growth, maybe I'd prefer you to step over my body. That's the final answer.
Why?
Emptiness and doubt. No matter how many targets of my revenge I took down, nothing changed. Aiming my gun at former comrades, drowning in hate and rage, all it left was a hollow emptiness. But you're different. You've gained unconditional trust from the proxy. You have the courage to fight through my trap. And eventually, you'll have a melody that's uniquely yours. My belief has faltered. I finally remember. My squad mates were fools, just like you. You're right. They would never want me to become this way. And talk about carrying their cross. But in truth, I never carried their will. So be it. Take the hostage and go. A villain stained with the blood of others deserves nothing but a miserable end. I'm looking forward to how long you'll be able to protect those in front of your eyes. It can still be played after taking a bullet. Impressive.
This is my final melody to you. No matter how miserable you've become, I'll still remember you. Remember we once shared the same path in life. But in the end, our paths diverged. Your hatred has long twisted into sin. But if not for you, I wouldn't have learned how to hate, or found the true targets of my hatred. I used to know nothing. My teammates served as my teachers and taught me so much. And I think you must be my final teacher. You taught me in the most intense way what hatred truly means.
Really? So you found someone you want revenge against, too. That's good.
So you're the sniper from Liar Squad. It's nice to finally meet you.
And you must be the one who's been searching for me. Nathan, the younger brother of Lethe. It's good to see you safe and sound.
That's right. I'm sorry for causing all this trouble. I nearly cost you your life, becoming a target of a victim from the fall of the old capital. Maybe that's what I get, not helping my brother and the rest of the defense force back then. When the reinforcements decided to retreat, I spoke out against it. I had family among the soldiers already in the Hollow, but I didn't have the courage to take that step. The one that might have cost me my life. I'm sorry.
You don't need to feel regret or apologize. The outcome wasn't something you could have controlled. You cared deeply for Lethe, and even today you still think of him. To someone like him, who always cherished family, that's more than enough.
Thank you. I heard you've been searching for the members of Liar Squad all these years. I'm nothing compared to your determination. Thank you for everything you've done, but please stop the search. It's time for you to start living a life that's truly your own. I hate to say this as a family member, but back then, they were already...
I know. You don't need to say it. I've been drowning in a fantasy of my own making for years, but it's a fantasy that kept me from falling into the abyss. Nathan, Grim Vulture told me you have something you want to give me. Is that why you commissioned someone to find me?
Yes. After learning about the bond between you and your squad, I knew I couldn't live with myself if I didn't get this to you. So I got on my knees and begged Grim Vulture, even playing this recording for her, hoping it would move her. Regardless of how things unfolded, what matters is that it wasn't destroyed, and I'm here, alive, to hand it to you. I found this while going through my brother's belongings. It's been tucked away for years. There's a recording on it, and I think it's a gift Liar Squad made for you, but never had the chance to give you.
Thank you so much. Do you mind if I listen to it now with the proxies?
Wait, with us? I thought we were just here to collect the commission fee today.
Go ahead. As for the commission fee, I'll pay it to you both shortly, so don't worry about that.
Hey, hello? All right, it's a recording. This is a message from Liar Squad for our little sniper. Everyone ready? I'll count down. 3, 2, 1...
Congratulations on your 1000th day with Liar Squad!
Hey, you guys are totally out of sync. Captain, can we redo this? The anniversary gift has to be perfect.
That's our assault specialist, Acheron. She has a strong sense of aesthetics, prioritizing beauty in both combat and her daily life. She taught me a lot about makeup and fashion.
Oh, she won't care if we're a little off. Forget the re-record. Let's just get it done and order the cake. We don't want him to sell out.
That's our medic, Kakaitis. He's usually lazy and a bit of a smooth talker, but he's actually very capable and kind. He taught me a lot about unconventional negotiation tactics and ways of handling things.
You two, stop arguing during the recording. I've already ordered the cake. If you keep rambling, we really will have to re-record this. Cut the chatter already.
And that's Styx, a reliable artillery specialist. He's the oldest in the squad. He loves sharing photos of his daughter and reminiscing about how he wooed his wife. The way he won her over inspired me a lot.
All right, let's all calm down. Wouldn't want to get on the captain's bad side. Captain, would you like to go first? We can edit or re-record whatever we need to.
That's our scout and engineer, Lethe. He's a bit self-conscious because of how his younger brother excels, and he's somewhat introverted. But he's actually very capable. He taught me sharp observation skills, calm execution under pressure, and how to make use of the environment.
Okay, thank you all for settling down before I completely lost my cool. It's fine. No need to cut anything or re-record. Let's just keep it as it is. Loud and messy, just like our Liar Squad.
That's our captain, who took me in and taught me how to play the harmonica. And the real Charon. I'll make sure to explain properly to you later, Proxy.
As you've heard, this recording is a little gift from the 5 of us. How time flies. When I brought you into the squad about 2.5 years ago, you were just a shy kid who blushed whenever you talked to someone. Over these 1,000 days, you've really worked hard to keep pace with our fighting rhythm. You've done incredibly well. In the last mission, your successful sniper kill of that high-risk ethereal really helped Acheron a lot.
I hate to say it, but yeah, I went too far in last time. Thanks for getting me out of that mess. Just this once, I'll admit, your moves were more elegant in that fight.
Not just that fight. Ever since you became a quicker shot and learned to adjust for wind speeds on the fly, we've been taking fewer and fewer hits. Makes my job way easier. So, cheers.
You often worry about not doing enough. But in these 2.5 years, you've absorbed everything I know about stealth, reconnaissance, and tactical countermeasures. Trust me, you'll become an incredibly skilled sniper.
Having you covering us from the rear makes every fight feel safer. But you still have a lot to learn about socializing and romance. When peace finally comes to Eridu, leave us and live your own life.
Where did that come from? She's not leaving us. Even if she retires, she'll move into my house and I'll spoil her with loads of beautiful clothes. We can talk about living alone in 10 or 20 years. Sorry, I got carried away. Anyway, you're talented and hardworking. Over these 1,000 days, you've opened your heart to us and even encouraged us in return. Having you as a comrade is a blessing for all 5 of us. But I have to say one thing. You're always so sensitive and kind. Every time you see us get hurt, you look like you're about to break. Has our squad motto, having each other's backs, become too much of a burden for you? I get how you feel. When your squad mates trust you with their backs, your first instinct is to protect them, right? But that's not the way it should be. No one can shoulder everything alone. Don't try to carry everything on your own. Choosing to fight on the battlefield is my resolve. Feel it. Share yours with me. And when it's your turn to watch my back, I'll give my all to honor it too.
As long as you fight with all your strength, there's no such thing as failing to protect something, because your will and our will is preserved and carried on in other ways.
But don't let that weigh on you. Try to trust in us, just like we trust in you, no matter what.
I've struggled with that kind of thinking myself, but I eventually made my way through it. All this talk of camaraderie, of keeping each other safe, it's like a harmonica melody scoring our time together. Even when things change, our tune will go on, and that's enough.
Exactly. Honestly, I'm sometimes terrified. Afraid that someday, you'll blame yourself for failing to protect us and fall apart. That's why I wanted to record this message. Please, don't try to bear everything alone. Maybe you can start relying on us more, fully entrusting your vulnerable side to us. Our will has long been intertwined with yours. We're comrades. This is getting way too sentimental. It doesn't feel like me anymore. Anyway, we just want to see you trusting your comrades enough to share your burdens, even if it isn't us. Finally, we'd like to give you the song that's closest to us. If what we've said is hard to understand, just feel it through the music. Please, enjoy my masterpiece, Homecoming.
Proxy, do you remember? I was once terrified of seeing the look on their faces.
Yes. Can you see them clearly now?
Yes. Crystal clear. As if I've returned to the exact moment of parting. So this is our last glance. This is the answer you wanted me to find. Thanks, guys. For everything. Proxies. No. Lies. Belle. I've troubled you two a lot these days with my personal affairs. Words can't describe what you've done for me.
It's no trouble at all. To be honest, Belle and I have been a bit lost lately because of some personal matters. But meeting you has felt somehow comforting. Don't you think, Belle?
Exactly. We got something out of the experiences we shared. At the very least, it's brought us clarity. I guess our wills have always been aligned, haven't they?
Yeah. When I was trapped in self-doubt, unable to get out, I'm glad you were there with me. You're right. We've already entrusted our backs to each other as comrades. And because of that, because we are comrades, please, hear me out. Maybe you've already noticed. I'm sorry, but I've been keeping something from you. Charon isn't actually my codename. As I mentioned before, Charon was my captain's codename. When I met both of you for the first time, I didn't want to tell you my codename, because I thought someone who couldn't protect their squad mates had no right to one. So I lied. Captain Charon was an orphan like me, with no family to mourn her. I've been using her codename because I may be the last person in the world who still remembers her. But I understand now. If I want to keep moving forward, I can't keep hiding behind a lie. My true codename is...
You don't have to tell me right now.
At the harbor, Nathan spoke to you privately. Was he offering you a chance to return to the Defense Force?
Yes. He said he still has a friend in the Defense Force who's currently forming a new squad. And if my goals align with theirs, I could consider joining them.
So, what's your decision? Where will you go next?
After everything that's happened, I think I do share the same goal as that friend of his and the new squad they're building. So I'll head back to the new Eridu Defense Force and keep chasing my new goal with a new team.
Your new goal? Are you going to look further into the fall of the old capital?
Yes. My encounter with Grim Vulture has made me realize this should be the true form of my vengeance. I'll uncover the real culprits behind the old capital's fall and make them pay for their crimes. If the ferryman who leads me to the truth demands a price, I'm willing to wager my life. I have a gut feeling the masterminds will reveal themselves again soon. To protect the city my comrades cherished and sacrificed their lives for, I won't allow such a tragedy to happen again.